Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the More Analytics Afternoon S&P 500 Gold and Bitcoin podcast for January 28th going into the 29th. Hope everybody had a good trading day today. I'm going to start off with the S&P 500. Been bullish overall from 3502. We've seen 3,541 points into this bull trend. A lot of other bull calls in here. I won't go over all those. On the shorter term basis, we held exhaustion below at 65.25 on a pullback, and we've rallied 518 points. Number of other bull calls in here, and more recently, just 2 days ago, I had said that the trade above 69. Basically 69.54. We'll project this upward 65 minimum, 147 plus maximum. So we've attained 89 of that so far, attaining the minimum. That maximum is going to be shaved tomorrow by about 3. So that's going to be 144 plus maximum. If we were to fail back down below this formation decently, that'll warrant decent pressure. That's going to come in at 69.90, 46 plus 134 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If we break below there decently and back up through it decently, look for decent short covering to come in. And coincidentally, this line comes in around the same area as of 6 o'clock. That comes in at 69.90.03 plus 23 per hour. Plus 28 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Decent trade above these formations above here will warrant a decent strength. They're going to come in at 70.49.67 to 70.55.92 plus 12 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Those will warrant a decent strength. If we break above those decently and back down through them decently, look for decent pressure to come in, possibly for days. Maintain gap lower tomorrow. We'll put bullishness on hold as well. Furthermore, if we break back down below these lines below, those will also warrant of decent pressure. Those are going to come in at 69.28.80 to 69.32.40, minus 39 per hour, starting at 6 o'clock p.m. And on to the gold. Gold making new all-time highs today. Maintain gap lower tomorrow. We'll leave a minor bearish reversal above. We've been bullish overall from 1183 in August 16, 2018. We'd seen 4,161.3 coming into today. And including these highs here, it's now 4,241. A lot of other bullish calls in here. One large projection we had was in here. I said the solid trade above 2148.40, projected this upward 954 plus an ounce. We attained 2,959.5 of that coming into today, and another piece of that with the run up to the highs. I'm not going to go over all the other bull calls in here. And more recently, the trade above, trade back above 50, trade above 52.24.50 had brought in 120.5 of strength coming into today, and even more than that up to the highs. So we took out some possible exhaustion levels on the way up, and that's wiped out a lot of the other ones. This is just sort of on a spiked run up. The next one you might even pay attention to is at 56.19.20. This is one possible line we may see a rejection off of. That comes in at 54.64.40. +8 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, I'd also warned of getting long above this formation here. So we've seen that was around 52, 38, 80. We've seen a nice run from that. If we fail back down through that decently, that's going to warrant decent pressure. That's going to come in at 52, 49, 20. +11 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A decent penetration in there overnight is going to be 36.3. After 9 o'clock, after 8:20 tomorrow, to be 32.5. Okay, and the Bitcoin. Been bullish overall in here from 110,965, or excuse me, from 16,275 for 110,965 to the upside. A lot of other bullish calls in here. Then we got bearish below 124,228. Saw 43,478 to the downside. A number of other lower time frame calls back and forth in here. The trade below 95,155. I said warned a decent pressure likely for days and a possible run for 85,000 minus. We've seen 9,255 of that so far, trading down to 85,900, so just shy of that. Then when the trade below 93,005 projected this downward 5,500, we saw 71.05. Trade below 92,355 projected this downward another 5,500. We saw 6,455 of that so far. And the trade below 89,425 brought in 3,525 of pressure. I put those on hold because yesterday I said that this went out warning of strength in the post-market podcast. And we rallied from 89,390 to 90,525 before rolling back over. Decent trade above 91,023 plus 30 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Got a warrant of decent strength. The maintain gap higher tomorrow would also put bearishness on hold. And decent trade below this formation below here, which is going to come in at 86,044 plus 2 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. That will warrant decent pressure. We break below there decently and back up through it decently. Look for decent short covering to come in. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.